Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Wayne. This is Wong and Sang. We are from Group One, and today we will presentation about the society identity theory, and I hope you will have a whole perspective about this topic after our presentation. Um, uh, so next up, I would like to really talk about the abstract. First of all, is the investment into group process in teenager boy using social identity theory. Next is estimate music preference of their group and another group, and then variable group on variable trait. Next is solve favoritism. So in the in-group and bold music and generation trail, they view their group as having better music taste and more positive qualities. Next is so favoritism. So in the group and bold music and general trail, they view their group as having better music taste and more positive qualities. Support prediction and shows issues in understanding adolescent behavior. Next up, I've moved in introduction. In society, identity theory and identity theory itself is reflexive, in that is capable of viewing oneself as an object and classifying, categorizing, and might refer to itself in certain way in connection with other social group or classification. Social identity theory refers to this process as self-categorization. Identity theory refers to it as identification, and identity is developed via the process of self-categorization or identification. And our case study is explore the potential signature between the identity theory and social identity theory, and the reason is by integrating identity theory and social identity theory research can be better understand how individuals form maintain their identity, informing theoretical development and practical application across various government. And next up, we will tell you about the literature review.
Before we get into the case study, we have to review the literature. So, mentioning about SIT is the main reason of categorizing their own characteristic in a group, which will define one's identity in a whole group or the in-group and the out-group separation. So this maintains the identity and self-esteem within the student in the next case study where we are about to find out, and this also predicts the behavior of a person into the other group or in the other hand, it will help the individual or a group to identify the teams or the member in the group better. So, according to the theory, this could be a positive light to see other members not in the group, we'll call it a out group, to have a positive view, and it will suggest the member of the group of the isolation ones, the individual, whether they could join the group or not. So we step into the case study. So our methodology will be separated into three stages. First of all, the pilot stage. This is the test stage. The researchers call 15 students in grade 10 and ask them to give them 12 adjectives to describe their personalities, their music taste, and the other traits related to their characteristics. As in the paper, there are 12 positive and negative adjectives, namely as fun, popular, fashionable, and on the other hand is boring or sophisticated. So first of all, they identify by their characteristic first to identify if whether in the school they did the research in a class in a full single sex school, a male school, to be orientated. Then the main study begin. Outside of the main group, they also call some few students from the other school doing the same thing as listing all of the adjectives related to their characteristic in general. They took a week for the main studies. There are 4 classes in a total number of 97 pupils, and their design is take them to listen to the music every day, and each day they will have to at least listen to the music 1 hour a day, and they're taking the teacher for one semester, which is about 4 months. Then they will read that the self-esteem of the in-group, like the whole group in one school, is more higher and more precision than the out-group. Furthermore, the procedure is represent for the competition between whether the male group in the school should play with or accompany with the out-group ones. And into the result, participation, they listed that the average hour of listening to music is 2.18 hours, and most of them they like indie music, and for the out groups it is slightly better for the in group ones. They both listening to indies and they hate classical music, but the statistic will slightly different between the third category of the in-school one is pop, and the outsider one they like heavy metal prefer than the in-school ones. And this also proves that self-esteem is one of the most effective element to the theory, because the stronger the group is, they more likely to be forming a group liking habit, so that the statistics start to rise up when they mention about the music genre. Also, for each participant, the longer they act in group liking and their behavior, they prevent other group as a barrier to having another member that not familiar for them to join in. Next, I will demonstrate the discussion between all of these. By combining the self-esteem theories and the social identity theory, we can the researcher can get more holistic the view of the identity formation between the in-group school and the outside group more significantly. And the concept of salience in activating identities differ more slightly than between the two theories. As I mentioned above, the student who usually listens to pop music more likely than the other group, the outside group, they tend to have their favorite in heavy metals. Also, cognitive processes in deliberation, the personalization and self-verification insight is more significantly different as the outside. E.g., as an example, in a group of 5, there are 5. There usually 5 of them. They listen to pop music, but 1 or 2 of them are also like the pop or no, not pop, heavy metal or other genre of the music like jazz. It's also proof that SIT is contain variables element in one group, although 5 of them are listening to pop, but few of them are also listening to other musics. Then a question will be placed on whether they found the differences, will they accept it or having a conflict. Well, it is explained in the article by estimating the outgroup like to the in-group like ones, they tend to tackle the peace solution to not having a conflict between groups. Also, they have to respect and pay more attention to the other genre of the music. While the differences between the two groups students, they can be complementary and offer a more nuanced understanding of identity dynamics. As I mentioned, outside of pops, there are more genre of music that the student also listen to. So they are not choosing to be more confident about why they're listening to other musics, but they are recommend to the other student in group and the out group to listen to each others. So next part.
In conclusion, society identity theory may predict the behavior of male adolescent group when they make group comparison value dimension. Society identity theory may predict the behavior of male adolescent group when they make group and comparison value dimension. Future research should also continue to acknowledge the potential social identity theory to explain the everyday behavior of adolescents with their group. And next thing we'll talk about
this theory has some limitations. What's weakness of this theory is oversimplification. As scientists explains why group behavior is based on 2 main factors, identity and silences. But however, in reality, individuals have multiple group identities like friend group, family group, and professional group, each with varying level of influence in different situations. And the following limitation is that us scientists just focus on how people in similar groups tend to be similar and different from people in our group, but members of the same group can be very different in personality, opinions, and behavior. And lastly, is that is that the executive focus on intra-group behaviors, while us ITs effectively explain why people tend to refer their own group over other, but it doesn't fully account why people may discriminate against their own group or cooperate with individuals from odd group. And now we turn on about this theory applied in real life. The Black Lives Matter movement emerged after the murder of George Floyd and an unarmed black man by white police in Minnesota in May 2020. The movement organized drastic on around the world to reform the police and brutalities against black people. About us IT's analysis, the first thing about group identities is black people in the US and around the world share strong group identities based on common experience of racism and oppression. This group identity motivates them to analyze and act against injustice. About the science of group identities is that murder of George Floyd brought forth a moral issue for black people, which make them more conscious of their group identity and they took action. The finally is the collective goal of this group is that they want to end police violence against black people and reform a justice system by protesting civil disobedience and boycotting police. The BLM movement is a testament of the power of us IT in claiming collective action and social change in the modern world. Group identities and collective goals and sciences of group identities play an important role in the development of this moment. Yes. And this is all reference video for our recent. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for your listening.